start again. It's a rich thing.
Hey loves, welcome back for another video. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Ashley and today we're working with Ronnie Hair. They sent me over this beautiful fake scalp curly lace wig and I'm going to be sharing with her. I'm going to be installing her from start to finish. So I'm hoping you guys are ready to learn a thing or two. So I'm starting off with just a wig cap on. They included the adjustable elastic band. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the wig. This is going to give a tighter grip of the wig so that it can kind of sort of fit glueless. We're just still going to have to bond it down because the ear tabs will not, fit seamlessly. But this definitely helps to make the wig fit so it doesn't slide back and all of that. I like to make sure my wig cap that I'm wearing underneath is pulled back a little bit so it doesn't meet up too close to the hairline. And this is what the wig looks like when you first put her on. I'm absolutely loving the curl pattern. The length is very, very natural and the texture is super easy to manage. So because this is a fake scalp lace wig, there's minimal, effort or work you'll have to do. You don't have to bleach the knots or tint the lace. And I didn't even tweeze out the hairline and you'll see how beautiful it's going to come together in the end. This one is set as a center part, so I'm going to just go ahead and straighten it out. I kind of sort of did it, but you'll see a little bit later I'm going to make it even more perfect. I'm going to add a little bit of mousse just to set the hair and mold it into the way that I want it to go. For this one, you can definitely co-wash or even just wash it, with a moisturizing conditioner before you start. That's a great way to, get the best look, especially when it comes to curly hair. I'm going to go ahead and pin this one back as best I can and get started with my work. So you guys can see here it's plucked very nicely. It's Swiss lace, so it looks beautiful against my complexion. I won't have to worry about it looking too white or anything weird. I am going to go with the more hairstylist method of installing this wig where I'm going to do it glueless, but I'm going to work in 3 sections. I'm going to bond the wig down before I cut off the excess lace. If you follow me, I typically will cut the excess lace off first and then bond it down. So you can kind of just like watch and see what I do for my technique. I applied a layer of the adhesive, which is a glueless adhesive. Put the wig over top, making sure to clean up my work as much as possible. And then I added a little bit of extra hold with a little bit of a got to be glued spray on top. Again, cleaning up my work, and then I bond it down with a blow dryer on a cool setting. Now I'm going in with the eyebrow razor and I'm just going to go ahead and tweeze off or cut off the excess lace, and it's going to melt in perfectly. Now I am going to do this on all 3 sides. I like to work in sections. It's just easier to do. I'm not going to say it's impossible to do the whole thing at once, but for a more flawless, neat application, it just works out better that way. And again, I'm going in with this adhesive because #ArrogantTay taught me. I like to put down a thick layer just to make sure that it penetrates that lace and make sure that it does the best work possible to melt the wig down to my head. Pro tip, always clean up your work while the work is still wet. And what I mean by that is, even though this is a non-glue adhesive, it is a holding spray and a hair gel. When you first apply it and it's wet, you can use a rag or whatever you have to wipe it away and it'll wipe away clean. But if you leave it there, like any excess that you have like on your skin or your forehead, if you leave it there and wait till after you dry or bond the wig down, it's definitely going to be a little bit tougher to clean up your work, if that makes any sense. So that's why I like to go in with that purple rag always and make sure I clean it up while it's still wet. Now everything's coming along amazing. I did that 3rd side off camera, but it's definitely on there and bonded down, and I love my install. I know you guys may be a little bit alarmed because it does have that white that white cast. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm sure you guys seen that I added that mousse before I started to bond the wig down. That is a no-no. The mousse is an alcohol base, and that is the reason I have this white cast there. It's okay though, because you'll see I'm not gonna like specifically take the time to clean it up, because through the process of doing my baby hair and adding powder to the parting and all the styling that I'm gonna do, this is just gonna naturally disappear, and you'll see that throughout the next couple of steps. I do want baby hair because baby hair is life for me. So I did section off some hair and I cut it down to go above my eyebrows, and then I'm just going to play with it until I find the right swoops that I want for this particular look. And you can see that that gray white cast is starting to go away little by little. Again, don't be alarmed with things like that because those things naturally work themselves out. Now, if you're working with like actual glue, you may have a different scenario where it may require like alcohol or sea breeze or something to actually clean it up. But for us, we are good to go. Now, if this is too much baby hair for you, feel free to do less or just absolutely none at all. You guys know I like to melt my lace into my skin, and I do so with an elastic band. I tie that around literally just the baby hair section while I go in and style the remainder of the hair, and it will effortlessly make, I don't know what it does or why it does it, but it definitely amps up the baby hair and takes it up a notch. So I'm going to go in with that same mousse and I'm just going to work it in all around the hair. Now, I learned this technique from watching Arrogant Tay. He'll use a mousse on curly hair and he won't use like water to saturate the hair. I personally love the way my curls come out when I use this technique. I feel like those are my favorite curls, but as you guys can see, I'm running super low on my mousse, and I don't know why, but I haven't ordered any. So note to self, order some more, because usually I have a bunch of different brands, I have backups, but right now literally this is all I have. So I am going to put as much as I can, and then I'm going to go in with some water. That way I can kind of saturate the curls. I love to finger comb my curls and kind of rake it through and get the best results. Now typically I will go in at the top with a little bit of heat. I don't know why, but I just love the way it looks. Like right now I feel like the top looks a little bit too wiggy, but I am trying to give you guys more styles where I'm not using that electric hot comb. So instead I'm going in with my wax stick and I'm going to go ahead and smooth it out as much as possible and then recreate that parting to make sure it is super perfect. Can you guys see what a difference making the part super straight makes? Now I'm feeling like the hair is looking so much better. Again, I did want to go in and saturate it with a little bit more liquid, so I went in with the water and that worked perfectly. Now I'm going to go ahead and dry down my baby hair and then remove the elastic band. I was pleased with how melted the hairline looked. It's absolutely beautiful. Now I did go back off camera and redo my baby hair. It was not perfect here. I don't know why I forgot to, but usually I would take my rat tail comb and kind of comb it out, trim it down a little bit more to my liking, and then re-swoop. I find that when you do it for a second time is when you get that perfect Arrogant Tay baby hair. Now I'm going in with my powder. You guys know I typically love to use a concealer in the parting, but a powder works well as well. And then I also go in with the powder on the hairline. This one is that 3D palette that I love so much, and I kind of custom blend a few of the different colors till I get the color that looks best on me. And I find this just camouflages the hairline and makes sure it blends with my complexion as much as possible. Of course, it is linked in the description box as well as the wig and everything else I used it. Let me know what you guys think of this look. Okay guys, so Ronnie Hair is responsible for this look. They actually sent me this wig and I love it. Now I love fake scalp wigs in general just because I feel like it's one of the easiest wigs to install. It's very beginner friendly. You don't have to worry about bleaching the knots, tinting the lace, or anything like that. It's usually ready to go. And a lot of times they add that elastic band, so you add that in and it makes it for a little extra security. Also with this one, the texture was super beautiful. Sometimes you can tell the way like the curls clump together that the wig is everything. The nice, soft, just everything that I needed in a curly wig. You guys seem to tell me all the time that I look better in curly wigs than I do with straight. Sometimes I have I won't say a hard time, but sometimes I feel like it's easier to maintain straight hair, so I end up opting for straight hair more often. But this one I'm feeling like, I kind of feel like this should be my Christmas week wig. What do you guys think? In the box they did include 2 packs of wig caps, so you guys know there's 2 wig caps in each one, so these will last me for a little while. They also included this little bracelet, or I'm not sure if it's a headband or a hair tie or a bracelet, but it has a little kitty cat on it, so I Thought that was cute. And then they also included some lace. They wanted me to share with you the difference between their lace and other lace. So this here is Swiss lace. This here is a regular medium brown lace. So if I'm using regular lace, typically I would get brown lace. And then this here is transparent lace. Out of the three, I would say, just generally speaking, in my experience, I always find that Swiss lace looks better, it feels better, it's soft, it melts into the skin like butter. It's a little bit more stretchy and breathable. So just all around, I have a better experience with Swiss lace. This here is a Swiss lace, and I'm gonna kind of show you. So this here is a Swiss lace, and I know you're like, where? This is the Swiss lace here. When it's melted onto the skin, you literally cannot see where it starts. Now obviously over here you can see it, over here you can't. This is the side that's melted with the Got2b glue spray that you would use to melt it into your skin. And as you guys can see, it looks amazing. This here is the transparent lace, and you can do some great things with this, but you can definitely see it. It has that white cast, so you can definitely see it. And then this here, I'll read it again. And then this here is normal brown lace. As I said before, I do like the brown lace as well, but I don't know if you guys can see here, it gives like almost a yellow cast to it. And like I said before, that Swiss lace had no cast at all. So I definitely would opt for the Swiss lace every time. You see that it doesn't have that same yellow cast that that brown one have. So if it's up to me, I would definitely choose the Swiss lace every single time. And then to add to that, they have the fake scalp underneath, so I don't have to worry about, you know, anything showing underneath. Everything looks good. I didn't have to bleach the knots, tint the lace, and everything looks amazing. And I am completely happy with this look. Anyways, I really do love the way this one came out. I really do hope you guys love it. Let me know what you guys think and how you guys rock your hair, which is your favorite lace. Also, don't forget to check out the description box where you can find a direct link to this wig. You can also find the details on this wig as far as like length, texture, and all of that. Also, all of the tools that I used to complete this look. This was a heatless look, which I know is few and far in between. I like to use heat on every single wig because I just kind of feel like it helps my wigs to melt a lot more into my personality, my preference, and of course my skin. But of course, all the products that I use to bomb the wig down and all that are in the description box. Again, this one came from Ronnie Hair. Make sure you guys check them out. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!